You ready? Let's go. 2-minute daily devo for Wednesday, February 1st. I'm in the New International Reader's Version today, and our verse of the day comes from the book of Psalms, chapter 40, verses 1 and 2. Here's what it says. I was patient while I waited for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry for help. I was sliding down into a pit of death, and he pulled me out. He brought me up out of the mud and dirt. He set my feet on a rock. He gave me a firm place to stand on. This is another psalm that was written by David. And David, as we've talked about many times before, had seen the faithfulness of our God, had experienced exactly what he's talking about here, being in a dire, very difficult situation, and then God pulling him up out of him and helping him to get out of that situation and just, being with him and comforting him and showing himself strong. So God had done that for David many, many times. And this obviously is another example of that. And I love these couple verses here. And there was actually a song that we used to sing that was taken directly from this. And it reminds me of how God has been with me. And I'm sure if you read this through, you can think of an instance, a time in your life where God has done the same thing. Now, this is the key. I was patient while I waited for the Lord. Now, unlike David, I don't know if I can attest to this one as much. There's a lot of times that I fight, and I'm sure you do. I fight with that waiting and being patient and all that kind of stuff. But here's the thing. God has his own time, okay? God is never late. He always comes through. He may wait till 11:59, but he still always comes through, and it's on his time. But look what he says. He turned to me, and he heard my cry for help. God always has his ear attuned to hear for our cry for help. It says I was sliding down in the pit of death and he pulled me out. How many of you have ever felt like that in whatever situation that you've gone through in your life? I know I have. Or whatever it is, it's a trouble at home, or maybe there's something going on in your family, your marriage, at school with your friends, whatever it is, you feel like you're sliding down into a pit of death, and you reach up your hand and God grabs a hold of you and pulls you out of that. He brought me up out of the mud and the dirt, and he set my feet on the rock. And that speaks to a foundation, a solid foundation. And God is our rock. I like to use this often, that when we feel like the storms of life are crashing down around us and we're sinking and falling and about to drown in the ocean of despair, God pulls us up, and he's that rock that we can hold on to. That is our God. He gave me a firm place to stand on. That firm place to stand on is God's word. This is what you can trust in, because it gives us the will and it gives us the character of our God. And we know that we can always trust in him. So I want to encourage you today. I don't know what you're dealing with and what you're going through, but you may feel like you're going in the pit, you're going in the mud, and you need help and you're desperate. Reach up your hand, because God is there to pull you out and put you on the rock, which is him. All right, that's it, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow.